gestures now too.
Michele is joining us this week because Ken decided to ditch us, whatever. He wanted to watch the boobs by himself. So we wanted to talk about some of the surprise sweetest moments of Game of Thrones because it really came out of the funeral for Aemon Targaryen on the Wall, which it was such a beautiful, sweet funeral. The only character to die of natural causes.
Seriously.
So then we just started thinking about what were some other moments that maybe happened throughout the seasons, because they don't happen very often, but when they do, they're so awesome.
Sweet moments are few and far between. If it's like best death, it's the most intense moment. Sweet moments. Well, there was
maybe
a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what makes them stand out so much. So do you want to go, what's one of your
I'm going
stand
all the way back to season 1 when Daenerys was pretty much forced to marry Khal Drogo, and initially it was not a very smooth arrangement. She was taken advantage of, I guess you could say, over and over, but she taught him to be sweet. And there's a time where he was like, no, don't turn around. I want to see your face. And you're like, that's sweet.
And there was another with Arya and Hot Pie. Oh, yes. Where they finally met back where she was going to say goodbye. And he, the entire time, has just been a baker's apprentice, and that's all he ever wants to do. And he gives her a pie in the shape of a really horribly crafted wolf.
But it was so thoughtful.
It was so sweet.
It was so thoughtful.
But, like, I could see a wolf, kind of, sort of.
Sure. One of the moments that I think stands out, just it being a sweet moment, but also just stands out in general, is Brienne, for me, going to save Jaime with the bear. I mean, Jaime going to save Brienne from the bear.
He was gone. He was free. He was out of there. He's like, wait, where is that cow-looking wench that I really want to have?
Bear and
just want to love. I just want to love. I just want to love. Because that came out of the hot tub scene, which obviously is also a sweet moment, and just developing their relationship. So that when that happened, I was like, Jaime!
And can I just say a sweet, tiny little coda on that scene where Jaime is passing by the Sapphire Isle and just sort of has that look of like, oh yeah, that's the Sapphire Isle.
That's where she's from.
That's where Brienne's from.
Jaime did make sure that Brienne was never corrupted, I guess, like that. Even made up a lie to say sweet. That's sweet. Oh, it's so sweet. What else do we got? What am I saying? The fact that Jon Snow gave Needle to Arya. Like, those two obviously bonded the most out of all of them. Yeah. And he was just like, stick him with the pointy end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, and then going further where now that was the one thing she wouldn't get rid of. That was the one thing that she kept of her old identity.
Not because a sword's a sword, whatever, but it's because Snow did.
She couldn't give that up completely.
And speaking of sweet moments with Snow, Jon Snow and Ygritte.
Yeah. He kissed her.
In the
down
cave.
there.
Yes. Maybe he knows something. Maybe.
He knew nothing.
He knew
until that moment.
He knew something.
Until that moment.
I also love, Stannis. He's such a prickly character. He's such a stalwart, like, stone-faced, unless he's talking to his daughter, Shireen, and telling her the story of how she actually got grayscale, and he summoned all of the maesters and all of the healers from all the land just to save her. Doesn't say how, because, that'd be useful. But summoned all of them to save her.
Yeah, because she's worth it.
It's true. And another moment which just really stood out for me as a sweet moment was when we had last week, or 2 weeks ago now, Barristan talking with Dany.
3? 2.
It wasn't last week, the week before.
The week before, so 2. Yeah.
When he's talking with Dany and just giving her the history of her family, that he used to go and sing to everyone, and she just smiles and is laughing, and you're like, well, he's gonna die. But the moment before you realized he was gonna die was really, really sweet.
Because all I heard up till then was how good at killing people Rhaegar was.
Exactly.
She got to see another side of her brother.
So those were some of our sweet moments from Game of Thrones. Was there another one you wanted to add? Oh, okay.
I'm trying to figure out what episode.
Like, we have a list. There's a freaking list.
I don't know.
There were a lot of sweet moments that happened for sure. Oh, and one that we were bickering about before actually starting this was when Sansa gets saved from the purple wedding.
Oh, by Sir Dantos.
Yes, because Dantos says, yes, it is a sweet moment because he says, you stood up for me and now I want to get you out of here.
At the tourney, season 1, where Sansa gets shipped off to King's Landing and Joffrey's doing his bratty thing and he's just like, look at this thing, dance, do whatever you gotta do. And she was like, don't be mean to him.
I agree.
He remembered that moment.
Yeah, I agree. Her saving him was a sweet moment. Him saving her was not. He was getting paid.
Ken, when are you coming back? Thank you so much, Michele, for hanging out with us. So this was another episode and full of tears. We'll see you guys next week to talk more Game of Thrones on The Night is Dark. I'm Tiffany Smith. You can find me on Twitter at Tiffany's Tweets. Michele, where can everyone find you?
I'm Michele Boyd. You can find me at Michele Boyd on Twitter.
And I'm at Maude Garrett on all the social media, so give that a like too.
And make sure you check out Geek Bombshell for the YouTube and Napzok Files for the audio. And we will see you next time for The Night is Dark and full of terrors. It was a sweet moment. It was a sweet. Today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the characters that we think have had the greatest arcs so far on Game of Thrones. So, Maude, who's a character that you think has changed the most?
That's a clue. Did you get it?
Luke Skywalker?
Jorah!
It is Ladies' Night. We are your sandstorm.
Snakes.
Sandsnake storm. Stormborn. We're just like an amalgamation of all of those put together.
Hi, it's Memorial Day. We've been drinking.
Woohoo!